Hello everybody and welcome back to Football Manager 2023, the Guiseley Youth Academy only save, and it's the end of season review and we won the league, obviously. We were so far and away at the top, we won the league, so let's go through the end of season review, go and look at everything that's happened this season and see where we stand with the squad, which is looking a bit big, let's say. Apologies for those people that have commented saying can we watch the last game of the season because you might win the league. We'd already won the league by the last game of the season, and I actually went away for the weekend. I think I might have mentioned it in the video. But yeah, I went away for the weekend, so I knew I wanted to get that recorded and done before I went. So I didn't really have enough time to do gameplay in it as well for the last episode, and then come back and do this one with the game in it. So here we are. Yes, right, arrivals. There were no arrivals. We didn't sign any new players to the first team this season, and the stability in our squad contributed to our successes, and I totally agree with that. I like the little background as well with the sort of ticker tape on it because you've won. I like that. The board are satisfied with the decision to release Lewis Hay. They're pleased to see a decent sell-on percentage clauses included in a deal, which should mean we'll receive further money in the future from Wayne Harper. And Louis Boschel as well, obviously released him on a free. He went and joined Howes Owen. But yeah, FA Cup, we were knocked out in the first round this time. Not as good as last year, but did allow us to focus on the league. We had a pivotal match against Northampton Town, which was round 1, where we lost 2-1. And in the Builder-Based Trophy, a little bit disappointing. I feel like next season will be a season that can hopefully go a bit further. But fourth round we got to in this, knocked out by Woking, who are in the Vanarama National, which is interesting. Not too much to talk about in the Cups, is there? Moments to remember then. A 5-0 win over Hereford was our biggest win. Lovely to see there. Fitton getting 2 from attacking midfield. O'Keefe from the left and Johnson up front getting a 90th minute goal as well. 5-1 was the match to remember against Hednesford Town, away from home as well. So lovely there. Johnson getting 2, O'Keefe getting 2 and Adams getting 1. And the goal of the season was scored by Adams, the Guiseley defensive midfielder. Delighted fans and pundits alike by scoring a fierce effort from 25 metres out. That should be about, what, I don't know, 22 yards or something. But let's go in like we always do and have a look at it. It's actually in that game. Let's go and have a look at Adams' goal in the 85th minute. So O'Keefe nicked the ball in midfield, brought it along. I think he just lays it off. Yeah, Adams' left-footed drive into the top corner is a lovely goal for goal of the season. Love to see it. And yeah, absolutely delightful stuff in a 5-1 win. So that was all good. Finances-wise, no new sponsorship deals, but we normally... this screen's a bit strange because you normally get your sponsorship deals actually before the start of the next season. But in terms of sponsorship, it went up from last year. Broadcast revenue was down because I think of the FA Cup, and obviously prize money was hugely down thanks to the income from the FA Cup last year, as was Matchday Commercial as well. So I think all of this sort of goes down because you don't get further along in the Cups, but it is what it is. In terms of shirts, Tarmy is the highest seller, which is really interesting. Byrne, Hoare, O'Keefe and Kazim. So Kazim and Hoare holding on in there as well. All the other players now becoming the Youth Academy players, which is good. O'Keefe, the young... yeah, I mean, he's been superb for us this year. We'll get into that in a minute. But, yeah, lovely stuff. Lining up, this is how we did it. O'Keefe was actually our main striker for most of the season, especially in the back end towards the latter bits of the season. Tarmy, Fitton, Kazim, Salt, Adams, Smith, Knight, Byrne, Jordan and Trineri in goal. Obviously in a 4-2-3-1. Lovely stuff. And here we go then. So, we got National League North Manager of the Month in August and in March, which was good. I'm very annoyed that we didn't get Manager of the Season. We might do, actually. I don't think it's been announced yet. But Club Awards, Tarmy, Fans Player of the Year and Young Player of the Year. So double awards for Shane Tarmy. Goal of the Season, Danny Adams, as we've just watched. Top goal scorer, Matt O'Keefe for 30. Someone in the comments did say O'Keefe should be your starting striker ahead of Johnson, and towards the latter end of the season, that is what happened, and we were rewarded with his goals. Tarmy got the most assists, he got the most player of the matches, he got the highest average rating, and Malik Prisnelli at the back, the centre-back, 17-year-old centre-back, 53 passes completed per 90 minutes, was the highest all season. And you look at that and you think, wow, maybe it's going to be pretty tough to keep hold of Tarmy into next year, but let's see what we can do. In terms of competition awards, we didn't get anything but record breakers then. Most goals by a player in a match, Matt O'Keefe scored 4. Most goals by a player in a league match, Matt O'Keefe scored 4. Shane Tarmy got the most assists of a season, 20. Carl Trineri kept the most clean sheets of a player in a season, 18. Tarmy got the most man of the match awards in a season, 10. Most league appearances by a single player is now Kyle Trineri, overtaking Adam Hoare. Most league goals by a player is Adam Hoare, beating his old record from last season, now getting 110 in his career. And John Johnson scored the fastest goal for the club ever inside 22 2 seconds, which is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. But yes, we won the league by 5 points over Boston United, who all went into the playoffs with these guys. Absolutely delightful stuff. We were superb. We'll go and look at the table in a bit more detail in a second. But now, other than just lots of new intakes coming in and things like that, we now have the National League North winners in here, which is absolutely superb. So we've got all of this news that I'll look at off camera. We'll go through that. I'll do that in my own time. But if we go and look at the league table, right, this is ridiculous. Pre-season, 50-1, 18th position. We were predicted to finish. We've gone and won the league. And we scored 102 goals. Conceded 45 with a goal difference of plus 57, which was the best in the league. We scored the most goals in the league, obviously had the most points in the league. We only lost 3 games, which was with a team that lost the least games. Drawn 15, won 28. So what we've actually done is convert a lot of the losses we had last year into wins and kept a similar amount of draws. But yeah, really good stuff. But if we compare us to Bradford, PA, who finished bottom of the league, they let in 103 goals, so we scored 1 less goal than they let in all season. And they scored 44, so we let in 1 more than they scored all season, and scoring obviously 70 more points than them. But it was comfortable by 5 points at the end of the season. But if you look at our form, we only won 2 of our last 5. We did obviously start to rotate the team a bit once we'd sewn up the title. But yeah, it was really interesting. In the playoffs, you'd put your money on Chester, I think, winning 5 of their last 5 games. They come into form for the playoff run. So we don't know which team's going to be going up with us, but we are up to the Vanarama National, which is absolutely bloody superb. It's brilliant. It's just absolutely brilliant to do it without making any signings. Yes, it's taken us a number of seasons to do it. Hopefully now we can be secure in the National League when we go up there. But yeah, I mean, as I said, we only won 2 of our last 5, but we didn't actually lose since we played Basford in the on the 19th of February. So a number of games unbeaten. It was just a phenomenal season. And you know, we've touched on some of the player stats in the overview, but appearances wise, Trineri's made 53, just basically undroppable as our goalkeeper. He is going to come to a point where one of our younger goalkeepers is going to have to start playing a bit more football so that, you know, we can ease Trineri out of the team. He's not going to be here forever. But he's got 3 assists in the season as well, which I find quite good. Goals-wise, we know that Matt O'Keefe was top, but John Johnson was 19, with 19 was second. Ben Fitton behind them is 17. Tarmi with 15. Kazim with 15. Horse still up there with 10 as well. Tony Hogan, the Montserratian, with 4 as well, and then a number of people on 4, 2 and 1, which was really good to see. Assist-wise, Tarmi up there with 20. We know he got the record for the most assists in a season. Matt O'Keefe up there with 12. Kazim with 11. Adams 9. Jordan 9. Hoare 5. Fitton 4. Johnson 4. Again, Tony Hogan, the youngster, coming in doing really well. 4 appearances. He's looking like he's going to be pretty special. And average rating wise, it's good to see this. Like, the tactic just sort of clicked this year. The players clicked. I do think it sort of made me think about it when I do saves that involve buying players in. Not buying a lot of players and not selling a lot of players makes a massive difference to unity, familiarity, dynamics. All of that stuff I think is now crucially important, and it's really playing dividends. I mean, we've got a squad. Average age must be, probably about 22, and that's because it's pushed up by the likes of Trineri, Hoare, Kazim, who's 30. Everyone else is 20 and below, because that's the point of the save. But yeah, it's been great. It's been such good fun. I mean, if we just sort by what should we sort by? Let's sort by the squad that we've picked, I guess. But yeah, it's been good. And you see, last game of the season, we actually put Scott Lloyd in, who is now potentially better than Hevesi as our backup, but that's why Tony Hogan came in. We gave Matt O'Keefe a go up front to try and get the record, which he did. Les Knight played left back. We brought Nate Ampadu back, the centre back who went out on loan and proved himself and has come back and done really well. Paul Byrne still got teams interested in him from the Football League, so be interesting to see what happens to him, because you know, a big money sale does give us more money to invest in the facilities, the training facilities, the youth facilities, youth recruitment and stuff like that, which all really help. But other than that, he's the only one wanted. For some reason, the bigger clubs aren't in for Shane Tarmi, which is a massive surprise, because he's been bloody phenomenal for us. He's been so good this year. It's yeah, I'm very happy. And again, I think it goes again to prove something I was sort of testing, or talking about in previous videos, physicals at this level matter. He is not the best technical footballer. He's not the best mentally prepared footballer. But from a physical point of view, it helps that he's 6'4" at the back post. He scored so many headers this year. But yeah, he's just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And I can't wait. We're going up. We are going up. So we're automatically going to get a bit more money into the coffers. And talking of money, finances wise, then we're in okay. We're in the profit. £1,452, which was good. Not too bad. It should get an injection at the end of the season, right? But we are still paying that debt off that the owner used to buy the club, which is very, very irritating. But yeah, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. We got that huge windfall from the FA Cup, invested it straight into the youth facilities, which we should come into play next year and give us a good recruitment, hopefully. But yeah, it's all very good. In the under-18s then, because we do need to keep an eye on these guys as well. If we just have a quick look at the average rating that people have got in here. So Tony Hogan is up there. I don't know if that might be giving his senior. Well, is that going to give his senior average rating, or is it going to give his? I think it does, because Scott Lloyd, Carrasco, and these guys are playing first. Yes, I'm going to assume that's only first team football then. So if we go into the development centre, this is probably the better way to look at it. Yeah, so Dean Keenan has played 31 times for the youth team, getting a 6.99. He's highly rated. Again, I think the physicals will let him down if he comes up, but these are the first team candidates. So Brooklyn Christie is there as well. Again, looks okay. Could have something about him. I don't think he's going to break into the first team anytime soon. Dave Mills looks okay. Could do something quite useful at left back if we need him to. And then we've got, ones to watch here. So Chad Gregori, I remember that name from the youth intake. He's okay. He's okay. The problem is our first team is looking pretty damn good at the moment. Devontae Brownhill, again, needs a bit more pace, but looks like he could have something useful for him at this sort of level. Matt Broom is there. And the other thing as well, we need, obviously, these youngsters, just while I click through them, we need these youngsters to be ready to step up and perform, because if we get a reasonably big offer for our player with a big sell-on fee, then I'm going to probably accept it, because we need the cash as well to reinvest, as I said. But we've been doing all right. We've been doing all right. The under-18s, that's the management, isn't it? So I don't know if we can look at fixtures. Yeah, let's go fixtures. See how far did they get in certain competitions then? So their youth league hasn't finished, so that's interesting. The North Cup, they lost in the North semi-final to Port Vale under-18s. But let's find, there's a couple of 5-1s, 5-2s. Let's go and look at towards the end of the season then. Let's go, there you go, 4-0 against Peterborough under-18s, who are obviously a Football League team, so beating their under-18 teams is pretty good. McFadden played up front, Lewis Potter on the left. Hogan did get a call-up because of his good performances for the under-18 team. Keenan's in there, Byram, Lloyd in goal, he played for us at the last game of the season. Barnett was back there, who he's probably one that may get progressed next year, the Gibraltarian, at centre-back to give us an option, but I feel like his progress has gone really well in the under-18, so I don't really want to stump that, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping that the board allow us to get an under-21 team, because that would be very helpful to allow people to keep playing. So it's under networking. We're going to keep asking again for the under-21 team. But yeah, really happy with how it's all been going. Dynamics-wise, team cohesion's excellent. Club atmosphere's good, although I'm not sure why that's not amazing. We just won the league. Managerial support is excellent, which is good. Hierarchy-wise, you've got me, obviously, as the manager. Smith, Trinary, and Hoare up there. Smith's an interesting one. I think his place is going to come under threat next year. Might be club captain, but he is very much regressing as a footballer. Kazim and Byrne up there, influential, highly influential. Chippendale, Jordan, Salt, Knight up there as well. And then a lot of players sitting in the other group as well. Social groups, everybody's in the same social group, which is awesome. It means they all get on really well. Happiness, everyone's pretty happy. Lewis Salt wants a new contract. You're probably going to get one because you played most of the starting games in central midfield, so that's all right. John Johnson, pissed off about playing time, so we've had a chat with him. He should be okay. Jamal Warhurst wants a new contract as well. You'll probably get one. So yeah, not too much that's unhappy and things like that, which is good. When the club is functioning as a team, they play well on the pitch, and we've proved that by winning the league. I've got to keep repeating it because I can't believe we've done it. We've won the league. We're going up to the Vanarama National, which is going to be awesome. Let's go and have a look at the competition in the Vanarama National. So if we go to stages, let's go and look at the league. So going down, Yeovil, Kings Lynn go straight, but down Maidenhead and Spennymoor going down. We're going to be playing the likes of Gillingham, they got relegated from League Two, so we'll be playing Gillingham again next season, which is cool. Gateshead we beat in the FA Cup run as well last year. Scarborough are still going to be up there. Scunthorpe, Mansfield. There are some bigger names in here, actually. Woking, who beat us in the FA Cup this year. York City and one of these teams are going to be going up as well. Who's going to be coming down from League Two? Halifax Town, our rivals. We're actually going to be playing our rivals, Halifax Town, where the fans want us to beat them. And Barrow are coming down as well. So lots of interesting games going to be playing next year. Again, I don't think we're going to do lots of gameplay next year because it's our first time in. I imagine we're going to be struggling in the league and it come back maybe mid-season and end of season for a bit of a relegation scrap. Who knows? We'll have to see how it all plays out. But it's been great. It's been awesome. There's been some comments as well. What's the trick with training at part-time level? Basically, I set up my own schedule. Can I select schedule, custom schedules? There it is, CLF part-time. So what I've realised is, defensive shape and attacking movement are the key things you have to use for part-time. I generally leave overall, and then if we get a weekend off, it's trying to help the strikers out, score more goals, conversion and creation, basically. But the key to part-time, I think, is just having defensive shape and attacking movement because it works like just the right groups of people. So the primary focus on defensive shape is the defence, and they're working on positioning, marking, mentality, passing style, creative freedom, pressing, and all that sort of stuff, as you see here. It also works on the attack as well because it puts the attack against the defence and it gets them to do their defensive positioning and marking, gets them all the tactical familiarity and stuff like that. And the goalkeepers do it because it is just attack v defence, so they're in goal as well. And then attacking movement-wise, obviously it gets the attack focusing mainly on how they're going to play in the next coming match. So attacking movement, passing, mentality, all that good stuff. Individual roles get a work as well. The defence gets similar movements, and so do goalkeepers as well. And then chance conversion obviously focuses on the attackers, as I mentioned, and that's what I think is quite crucial to how many goals we scored when we had a weekend off. So that's it. That's my trick to training for part-time. Focus on defensive shape and attacking movement, and you generally will get the team understanding the tactic you want to play, and it should help you massively, hopefully. Mentoring groups. Quick update on this then. It's actually seen a little bit of change here and there. So Mayumba is now gone to a balanced personality, which is good. We're still waiting for a change from Adams and Fitton working with Chippendale. I don't think McFadden or Price have changed yet. Les Knight hasn't changed. George Smith has helped Phil Skinner become fairly determined. I think that's a change now. And Havetzi has changed to become balanced after focusing with or training with Trineri as well, which is awesome. So everything's sort of coming into play. Staff-wise, our assistant manager did sign a new deal, and I'm pretty sure we're going to get him to do a new one now as well, or has he just signed a new one? No, it's about to expire, so let's get him onto another deal if he's happy to. Yes, he is. So let's get you on to £240 a week, part-time still. Nah, let's go to £250 a week. There we go. Well done, John. We'd love to have you in. Yeah, I'll go through the staff, but I just wanted to point out because he's been really good. He's been really, really good for us as an assistant manager. I think he's really helped us out with certain things and tactical stuff like that. But there's not too much else to discuss. It's all been pretty quick. I talk very quickly when I'm excited, so apologies if you haven't been able to keep up with my quick talking. But we're going up to the Vanarama National. We're going up as champions, which is awesome. It's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. That is a really good league. It's a really good league. And you got to think like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams in the playoffs. 5 of them are still going to be here next year as well. 2 teams coming down from the actual football league. I'm now starting to think, are we going to be one of the only semi-professional teams in this division? Oh, who's coming up with us? That's a good point. Who's coming up with us from the south? Who's coming up? Yeah, who's coming up from the south? That's an interesting one. Boreham Wood. Wow, they beat Barnet. I thought Barnet would have been up there. Okay, are these guys... finances are insecure. No, they're professional as well. So Boreham Wood are coming up as professional. Barnet are obviously professional. Torquay are professional. Ebbsfleet, professional. Farnborough, semi-professional. So Farnborough come up. There'll be another semi-professional club with us. Dartford are professional. Weymouth are professional. So ideally we want Farnborough to come up from that one. But they're probably going to be struggling, although they are the informed team going into the playoffs. But yeah, okay. Boreham Wood were the favourites and went up as the favourites. I don't know if there's a quicker way to go and have a look at the National League stages, league table. Let's see if it will work like this. So York City, professional, they're going up. Accrington Stanley are professional. Semi-professional. So Bromley are semi-professional. They're staying up as well. Chesterfield are professional. Semi-professional Kings Lynn, but they're going down. Semi-professional Maidenhead, they're going down. Professional is Mansfield. Professional Newport. Professional Oldham. Semi-professional Scarborough. So, okay. All right, we're not going to be the only semi-professional team in that league, which is good. But hopefully, if we can get some money in the bank, we can turn professional. So maybe another cup run is what's needed to help us out, or maybe we get promoted and the board and the owner just go, yeah, we're going to go professional. And he takes out another loan and we just have to deal with it. Who knows? Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below around next season in the Vanarama National. Again, we're going to come back around 10 to 15 games into the season, see how we're getting on in the league above. I'm very intrigued to see what's going to happen here. But we've gone up as champions. Thank you all very much for your support. It's been awesome. Absolutely loved it. First league title is in the bag. It's got to be one of 7, I think, until we get to the Premier League, or one of 6 to get to the Premier League, and then the 7th would be the Premier League. So yeah, hopefully we got. I would take playoffs. I would take scrappy 1-0 wins. I'd take penalties to get me up there. Yeah, it's going to be great though. I'm really enjoying it. I hope you guys are enjoying it as well. Please continue to leave your comments. Support is amazing. We've hit 7,000 subscribers as well, so thank you very much for that. My wife woke up in the morning and was like, oh, you've done it. It's awesome. So yeah, good. Thank you very much. I'm very happy, very humble, very proud, and I can't do it without all you guys watching, guys and girls watching, commenting, subscribing. Brilliant. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers. Vanarama National, baby.